I think too also is despite of. I operate in the world of despite of. Despite the fact that when I wake up, I understand that I was born into a disadvantage. I understand the fact that I was miseducated or undereducated or underprotected or underloved or underprovided for. Despite all of that, I still have to move forward because I now have to create my own mechanism. Two of those things. Safe passage for other people to have someone to trust and understand that they'll, if all else fails, someone's going to walk well with them, right? Two, I have to be a standard and a guidance for my own children.
Come on, bro.
Right?
Now we talk about legacy.
Right? Because if I tell my children that I'm afraid of what may be out there, the boogeyman, then I'm teaching my kids that there's a boogeyman that exists.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I have to be my own hero first.
Got to be a Ghostbuster,
right?
baby.
Absolutely. Secondly, you always know that you own the right and the responsibility to use who and what you are to make others better. And a part of that is that's how it becomes what I've been so blessed to do.
Yeah.
Is because I just have the ability to find information and I have the ability to break it down. The same way how, when we talk about it, the same way how I created the coloring books and things of that nature, it came from, I found the problem, right? 3 things, right? Sure. What's the rule of 3, right? You find one problem, you find 3 viable solutions, and then you work all 3 of them until one of them render the results that fit you best.
Boom.
Right?
And that fits you best.
Right.
And that's subjective, right? I mean,
right. Fits you best.
Fits you best.
Because even success is interchangeable because, right, success for me, I remember at one point was my ability to be able to just have a wallet.
Come on, bro. This is why this pod literally exists. This conversation right here, that's the whole thing. You can't define success based off someone else's success, right? You can't define what makes your life meaningful based off somebody else's moment.
Right.
Right? We can be inspired by it. We could but I'm listening to Pop. I'm like, yo, this dude is the man. This dude is the man because I never had that. Right. I've had something else that maybe other people might want, but I've never had that because that's what's so amazing and unique about your pathway to meaning and success. Super powerful.
I think sometimes, to be honest with you, the reason why a lot of people fall short of their own successes, and it's something I had to learn, is God bless who you are, not who you pretend to be.
Yo, come on.
Right?
Who are you?
No, and it's honest, right? And here's the
authenticity
thing.
Is what he's talking about. That's
right.
the nice formulated word.
But here's the other part. You don't get to reap the success of using someone else as the conduit, right? Because if I'm with you, but I'm not operating in my own natural form and God-given purpose, right? I'm going to see my success as yours, and it's not. I have a responsibility of why I passed through this earth, and I have to leave it here.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't get to blame my shortcomings because I'm riding and supporting you and your purpose.
Come on,
right?
bro.
Sometimes people think, I helped him with his purpose, but it wasn't your purpose.
Right? And your purpose was to serve, right. And you still have something that's uniquely yours.
Right.
Right? I call it everybody, we find that there's dependence, there's independence, and then there's interdependence.
Right.
What everyone needs to strive for is interdependence. You have something that's uniquely crafted for us as individuals, humans in the earth. And what you're talking about is like, hey, man, I got to be accountable and have the full expectation for what's truly mine, regardless of how I serve, knowing that my reward's coming maybe from, hey, I've been there, bro. I done did my part as a special teams player, as a guy who helped the Giants with. I wasn't handsomely rewarded for the helmet catch, but I got my ring.
Right.
I didn't get a contract, but I got my ring. They didn't owe me a contract because I was still under contract.
Right.
And that's kind of how we get into like places of despair where you feel like somebody owes you something because you contributed, but that's not your reward.
Right.
You got to keep plowing through.
You have to, because I think for us as individuals, right, you know, you're not born to be an employee or not even just someone's mother, daughter, wife. You know, you have a sole purpose for being here. And that's the two levels of your life. And I always say, I was born and then I remembered on that stage. At that moment, I had the aha moment of what my purpose was. And now my life changed because, right, I would say within your first breath and your last breath, you're going to have a bunch of little mini deaths and rebirths. And if you're not okay with saying RIP to certain versions of you, is you fall into shortcomings because you're dragging along, right, certain things that you shouldn't. Understanding that wisdom is meant, certain wisdoms is meant for you to use as foundation. It's not meant for you to implement all the time because sometimes wisdom turns into foolishness if it's outdated.
Come on, bro.
Right? And so when we look at it, we have to be very, very mindful of the information. Information is outdated. You're responsible for identifying in order to rectify. You have to look at who and what you are, right? Be you and love you until being you no longer serves you in your greatest benefit.